from what they found out during the thruster testing. So I have confidence, Butch has confidence. We're here on the space station with our safe haven of Starliner.
And I will add this, that we were able to rendezvous and dock because of the team effort. Guys like Dean Lenort and our propulsion officer and Ed Van Sice, our flight director, and the team on the ground is working together. What we did, taking over manual control while they assessed the situation and coming to the conclusion that we could re-enable those RCS jets that had failed and then get us here safely, as I said, with the precision still there with some degraded thrusters. And we feel confident that this team will do the same on the way home.
But unlike cats, which sometimes get along well with each other and love people.
Our next question will be from Ken Cheng with the New York Times. Ken, I wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up that we might get a momentary loss of signal pretty soon, but if you want to go ahead with your question, and then we'll just repeat it if we have to.
Yeah, we do. Wait for it.
ISS. Also, can you give us examples of what you might hear from the test at White Sands that would give you concerns about the safety of Starliner from coming back to Earth?
Anything like that.
Hey, Ken, it does look like we lost them there, so I'll have you repeat your question once they get back online. Should just be a couple more seconds. I will take this time to remind everybody that we will have another news conference, a longer one this time, with NASA and Boeing leadership later today. So be sure to tune in for that as well. In the meantime, we'll wait for Butch and Sunny to come back to us from the space station.
Really fierce predators, which know a lot.
All right, Ken, do you want to repeat your question?
About hunting.
Sure. First,
those fangs are almost 3 times.
I imagine you're not complaining that you got to spend a few extra weeks at ISS. And second, I was wondering, is there anything that would come out at test? Can you give examples of something that would come out at test at White Sands that would give you pause about the status of Starliner and that, or being able to take you home safely? Thank you.
Longer than
we are having a great time here on ISS. You know, Butch and I have been up here before, and it feels like coming back home. It feels good to float around. It feels good to be in space and work up here with the International Space Station team. So, yeah, it's great to be up here. So I'm not complaining. Butch isn't complaining that we're here for a couple weeks.
Have a death grip, and they don't let their prey
your question
go
is
until
full
they
of
get
speculation. I really don't know personally exactly what could come out of there. That would give us a huge amount of pause. What we want to know is that the thrusters can perform. If whatever their percentage of thrust is, we can put it into a package that will get us a deorbit burn. That's the main purpose that we need the service module, to get us a good deorbit burn so that we can come back. You know, our OMAC thrusters, our bigger ones, we haven't really had a problem with them. So we are very confident in the deorbit burn capability with the number of OMACs that we have. It's just that attitude from the RCS thrusters. So, you know, with a little bit, if they are degraded, we'll find out if they really are degraded, what that combination is to get us the right attitude. And I think with the number of jets we have, we're probably going to find something really positive.
But despite all the exoticism, in fact, they're just stocky cats with short, thick legs and very thick fur, which makes minnows seem
one other thing, that during the burn itself, once we get to the burn, we're pretty much home free as long as the OMACs continue to operate, and there's no reason they wouldn't, because the OMACs can maintain the attitude themselves during the burn. So that's another added feature that is in our favor.
We'll now go to Gina Censiri with ABC News.
That behave in ways we would never expect. Millions of us watch clips of different species that normally wouldn't come together, showing what looks like friendship, affection, and even love towards each other.
Kate took one look at her. Thank you. Take over now.
Stop it. That just melts your heart, doesn't it?
Yes, the hurricane was quite impressive. And I don't think many people know this, but I actually took a picture of a storm that was off the west coast of Africa about a week and a half before the hurricane impacted.
And I'm going on
about 98% sure that was the one that came Beryl.
To find
4
out
days
why
later, it was
animals of
hurricane
different
strength. I took some
species
video of it,
make
set it
friends
down.
with each
I don't know if
other.
the Weather Channel showed it or not,
Why a
but
cat
showed it,
would
and
adopt
it was, like I said, very impressive. We got some pictures a couple days later, and as it was very fortunate, the hurricane did slow down in its intensity, as you know, and I think all of our families are doing well. We've got down trees like most people, but thankfully we've got good church folks and good neighbors that are coming by and helping us out clean up.
I'm on a mission to find the world's cutest
Yeah, I'll add just
and
an
weirdest
interesting aspect of
animal
it. When it was
friends.
really strong, we were able to take pictures of the eye and actually see the definition of the eye. And Butch and I were up in the cupola the other day, right as it was getting ready to hit the Texas coast, and you could see it had dispersed, the clouds had dispersed, but it was still very circular and still very huge. So we know we were praying for our friends down there in Mission Control and all of our family and friends in the Houston area, hoping everybody would be okay.
Jaguar
And yep, power
and
is
Jack
lost,
Russell
trees are down, but
are
we're a big team. Everybody pulls together
When
in
staff
Texas.
tried to move the Jaguar to a bigger
That's right, Sunny.
enclosure
We're going to
of
go
its
now
own
to Tom
as it grew
Costello.
up,
We don't have a
they
lot of
were
time
having
left, but
none of it.
Tom, if
Both
you want to go ahead with
cried
your
and
question,
whined
make it a quick one.
incessantly until they were finally reunited. And, you know, this does beg the question, how on earth does this work? Cats and dogs don't normally get along. But here in this wildlife park in South Africa, Bullet the Jack Russell is best mates with a predatory jaguar named Jag, who could easily have him for dinner.
Yeah, you know, that's a fair question.
But
I can
instead,
tell you
Bullet and Jag
that,
spend as much time as they can together in this
is
enclosure.
the world of test.
They eat and
This is a
sleep together
tough
and are
business that
always
we're in.
playing together.
Human spaceflight is
So
not
what's
easy
going on?
in any regime,
For a long
and there have
time,
been
we
multiple
thought that
issues
most
with every
animals of
spacecraft
different
that's ever been
species
designed,
have evolved
and that's
to
the
stick to
nature
their
of
own
what we
kind
do.
and to
You know,
generally
that mantra
not
you've heard,
get
failure
along.
is not an option.
But in
That's why we
recent
are
years,
staying
the
here now.
internet has
We
been
did have some
changing all that.
degradation and our
Videos
thrusters, and
getting
we know
hits
that,
in their
and that's why we're
millions
staying, because
are
we're
showing
going to
different
test it.
species
That's what we
interacting
do.
in
That's
ways
what we do
that
in this
scientists
instance. We're going to get
didn't
the
think
data
were
that we
possible.
need to help inform our decisions.
So how can we
make the
explain
right
these
decisions.
relationships?
And that's
And
when
what
we
can
feel
they
confident.
teach us
We've got
about
a
how the
history of doing
animal
that
kingdom
decades
really
in
works?
human spaceflight, and that gives us confidence
To
now
find
that it
some
will
answers,
continue.
I'm
We
going
are
to start
very
by
close
meeting a variety of
friends with
animal
those that are
odd
making these
couples that
decisions,
seem to
and we
be
trust
the
them. We
best
trust
of
their
friends.
integrity. We trust their technical
And I'm beginning my
acumen,
weird and wonderful
we trust
journey
that
in
the tests that
Atlanta,
we're doing
Georgia,
are the ones
in the
that we need
southeast
to
of
do
America,
to get the right answers,
because
to
I've
give us
heard
the
about
data
an
we need.
incredible example of animal
Butch and
friendship
Sunny, thanks so
between
much
the
for
most
taking the time. We're
unlikely
excited
of
to talk to you
species.
again shortly before you come home. Have a great rest of your mission.
They live here in this
Station,
refuge
this is
with
Houston
over
ACR.
1,000 other
Thank you.
injured,
That concludes our
orphaned,
event.
and abandoned animals.
Thank you to all participants. Station, we are now resuming
So
operational
this
audio
is Baloo,
communications.
an American black bear. He's 12 years old, and he's been at this wildlife sanctuary here in Atlanta ever since he was a little cub. And all through his life, even into adulthood, he's been keeping company with a couple of animals, well, you just wouldn't expect. And there's one of them now. That's your friend.
Hey, buddy. Oh
I
yeah.
have never seen a fully grown bear
Really?
and tiger in the same enclosure before.
Oh, you think?
Shere Khan is a Bengal tiger who's also
Oh.
around 12 years old.
Come. Oh, cool.
Asian black bears and tigers
Asian
do
black
share some territory
bear.
in the Far East, but when they meet,
Sure.
one of them ends up badly injured.
One
or
of them then,
killed.
huh?
And so to see
Yeah.
these two guys, they're around 12 years old, showing so much affection for each other.
They do, huh?
It's pretty amazing.
Amazing.
The third member of this unlikely friendship is a lion called Louie. It's Toss, and then they look like
Clubhouse, all three of them, they pile in together.
They do, huh?
They
Well,
just know each other and they love each other.
and... But I guess there's nothing much to add to this tale. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.